Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I thought today that we would continue the How to Build Your Palette series, The Inside. So today we'll be going over all of the kind of colors that I have, how to build a palette for yourself, what kind of colors will work, and we'll dive straight on in. So the first part of the series was the choosing of what kind of palette you want, if you want inserts, if you want a Z palette, a MAC palette, anything like that, and I'll link that down below. Now this one's going to be more about, like I said, what I have in my palettes. I have all MAC palettes just because that's what I've really gotten into when I started building the palettes. So we'll go ahead and go through all of those. I'm going to swatch all of my colors on my arm. Hopefully it'll go better than it did last time because I tried to film this video once already and it was a disaster when it came to my swatches. So I'll try and do a lot better this time. A heads up that you'll be seeing this look on my channel in the next couple days. It is a easy smoky eye using all drugstore products that's great for work or school, so it's kind of like in that back to school mode type of thing. So any comments that you have, leave them below and we'll go ahead and get started. First, we're going to take a sip of iced tea because I am parched and I love iced tea. Wonderful. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump right on in. I have 3 MAC palettes. I know that seems excessive, but I have 3. I mean, I guess you can count this one as 2 total, so 4 because it's double-sided, but I have 3 total MAC palettes. We're going to go through all of them, starting with the eyeshadows, then the blushes, and finally onto the sculpting and shaping powders, which are the highlighting and contouring powders that MAC has. I have 18 eyeshadows from MAC. Some are more fun colors, most are my neutrals though. When it comes to choosing, I have an itch. When it comes to choosing eyeshadows, you want to choose something that's going to make you happy, regardless of if it's going to be the best color to suit your eyes, if it's going to be something that you'll wear on a daily basis. Whatever makes you happy is what you need to choose. You're spending a lot of money on these palettes. You're spending your own money to decide what kind of colors you want, what's going to be best for you. So choose whatever you want. My palette does happen to be more on the neutral side because that is what I wear more on a daily basis. A lot of these colors get a lot of love. Some aren't used quite so often, but I still love them. I have mostly colors that will work for my general eye shade, which is hazel green. And then I also have some that are more deep and more colorful that really complement my eye color. So we'll go ahead and go through those 18 eyeshadows total. They're split over 2 palettes. The first of which is in my MAC Pro Large Duo palette, which means that this one is double-sided, this bad boy. And on one side I have 6 blushes, and on the other side I have 15 eyeshadows, which is where we're going to begin. Like I said, I'm going to swatch all of them on my arm and hope that they come out well enough. I'm going to swatch them down the side of my arm where it's easiest for me to get to show them to you. So let's go ahead and jump right on in. The first is going to be MAC's Mylar, which is a less shimmery highlighter than some of their others, but I absolutely love it. So that is what this one looks like on the finger. And on my arm, it's going to look something like this. And I do have a little bit of a tan, so it appears quite nicely, but this is what MAC's Mylar here looks like. Alright. And then I have MAC's Shroom, which is a very shimmery highlighter from MAC, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's kind of like a creamy color with a little... One moment. Alrighty then. So, then I have MAC's Shroom, which looks like this. It is a very shimmery highlighter that is very iridescent, but absolutely beautiful. It's kind of on the more, it's really hard to tell the undertones of these eyeshadows, but this one's probably more on the iridescent, kind of like gold undertone, I would say. And that one, swatched, is going to look like this. So that is MAC's Shroom. Then we have my all-time favorite MAC color for my lid, and that is going to be Naked Lunch. It is a shimmery, more pink toned color, but I love it. It's got pink and gold, and it's absolutely beautiful. That is what it looks like. It is a great all over lid color. Oh, let me stretch out. And it looks like that right there. So that is Naked Lunch by MAC. Now we're gonna move into my more matte colors. Okay, so in my matte colors, I have first Kid from MAC, which is a pretty light brown shade that's a little bit more on the cool tone. It's kind of warm. But that is what Kid looks like. I hope that you guys can see it. I had a hard time swatching on this side of my arm, so I'm trying to stick more on this side, so it might be a little bit difficult, but we'll find out. Then I have Omega from MAC, which is a matte color. It is a very cool toned brown, kind of bordering the more grayish side. So this color kind of borders the more grayish side of brown. This is Omega, which is a wonderful crease color. That's also what I use Kid for, in case I didn't say it. But Omega is a great crease color as well. And then I have a staple from MAC. It's a very warm color and great for the crease. It is Soft Brown. So this is a pretty matte color that is great for that area. And it looks like this. So that is Soft Brown from MAC. Then I have, oh, my fingers are getting dirty. Then I have Wedge from MAC, which is another matte color. I really love matte eyeshadows. I think they're beautiful. It's a cool toned brown again that is great for your crease area. That one is going to be right here. It is fairly light, but it's beautiful on the eye. I can't even describe just how pretty this color really is. I have to clean my arm soon. Okay, and then I have a shimmery color that is a beautiful color. I feel like I say that about every color. Maybe I do. But this is Woodwinked from MAC. It's a shimmery brown that has a lot of gold shimmers in it, but they're not too glittery. Like, it's not like flecks of glitter. It's a very beautiful sheen. So this is Woodwinked. It's great for your lid. It's great if you want a more darker color. If you want more on your outer V, it's beautiful there as well. And so that looks like this here. That's Woodwinked. Next we have Coquette, which is another matte color from MAC. This is on the more olivey brown side. It's kind of cool toned as well. That is what it looks like. It is a beautiful outer V color to smoke out and just love. So that is Coquette. They have a lipstick that's the same name, I'm pretty certain. Alright, and then one of my other last like kind of real neutral colors that are just general colors is Copper Plate, and that one is a true gray. In my opinion, it has a little undertone of brown taupe, but it is definitely a gray color. And that one looks like this, and it is matte as well. So those are my first 10 eyeshadows, and they are my neutral shades. Alright, so next we're going to move on to my last 5 colors, which are a little bit more fun for my eye shade. First we have Satin Taupe, which is a shimmery color from MAC. It is beautiful. It is going to look something like this, and it is exactly its name. It is a satin taupe color, so it has a little bit of shimmer to it. That is flawless. And that one looks like this. Oh, I got hair in my face. That one, that one looks like this. So this is Satin Taupe from MAC. It's a great crease and outer V color. Then we have a matte shade from MAC called Blackberry. It is a pretty purple toned color. That one looks like this. It is a beautiful matte shade that is great for your outer corner, especially if you're going for a matte look, and it is more on the purple side, which really complements my hazel green eyes. Alright, and then we have another really popular color from MAC, like Soft Brown, like Satin Taupe, and that is Sketch, which is kind of like a deep cranberry color, which will be perfect for fall, so I'm super excited. Now I just need to find the perfect cranberry lip. But this is Sketch. And Sketch looks like this here. So it's a beautiful color. It's got a little bit of shimmer to it. It's not quite matte, but it's absolutely beautiful and I love it. And the last two colors for eyeshadows that I have in this palette before I move on to the other one are more green colors. First we have Smoke Green, which is a shimmery green like this. It's kind of more on the cool olive side of green. It's beautiful, especially with my green eyes. That one, it comes off kind of gray. It is cool tone, so it's this one here is a really pretty outer corner color as well. And then last but not least, I have Bottle Green, which is a true matte forest green color. What I really like about these eyeshadows too is that they're super creamy. So this here is Bottle Green, which is another great crease and outer V color, depending on what look you're going for. And this one looks a little bit more true green in that there is Bottle Green. Okay. Alright, so then that is the end of the eyeshadows in that palette. My last set of eyeshadows is actually in a single palette that I have here that just has 3 eyeshadows in it. These are colors, except for one, that I would never wear on a daily basis. I got these colors because Nate's little sister was doing a dance recital and we needed something that was really bright, fun, and she chose these and they were absolutely beautiful on her the night of her recital. So first off, I have Orange, which is a matte tone, and it is a just true orange shade, as its name says, and it looks like this. So this is Orange by MAC. Then from MAC I have Sour Lemon, which is another matte green yellow shade. Swatch that one up for you. So it comes off very yellow on your actual skin with a hint of green. So this is Sour Lemon. And it's matte as well. And then the last one is something that I do use more often, especially if I need a good matte black eyeshadow. And that is Carbon from MAC, another staple eyeshadow that a lot of people have in their collections. So let's go ahead and get this one going. So this is Carbon by MAC here. Just a plain matte black shadow. And that's what that one looks like right there. Alright, so you've seen all of the eyeshadows now. Remember that I chose mine based on neutrals that were fitting to my eye color, as well as some more fun shades that have been thrown in over my shopping needs. Like I said before, you need to make sure that you pick something that you want to spend your money on, because you're spending your own money on this. And the best part when making your own palette is that you don't have to sit there with a pre-bought, pre-made palette that has colors that you're never going to use in it. So definitely take your time, choose what you like. What I did when I built mine is I went online and looked at stores and I wrote a list of colors that I thought I would want, so that when I went to the store they were able to pull them all out for me and I was able to swatch them and make sure that that's what I wanted. So I went in knowing pretty much every shadow that I wanted to put in that palette. So just some helpful words of advice. Another sip of tea. Alright, on to the blushes. So most of my blushes, which I have a total of 7, technically 8, but I use one as a more contour color, so I'll show you that one later on. So of my 7 actual blushes, 6 are in my large Pro Duo palette and 1 is in a singular palette, which you guys saw earlier. So first off, I'll show you what this is laid out like. I have more peachy tones here, peachy pinks, which is more like a peachy than another pink here, and then more nude toned colors on this side. So we'll go ahead and swatch them up as well. So we're gonna jump straight on into the blushes. First we have Peaches by MAC, which is a sheer tone color. It looks like this. It is a true peach color. It is absolutely beautiful. and it looks like this. So it's very flattering on most skin tones. A lot of people can pull off a peach blush, and this is just a true peach that will fit most people. Then we have Style, which is a frost, and it is more on the orange side of peach, but very shimmery. But when I say shimmery, it's not glittery. It's very, very just light shimmer and very glowy. And that one looks like this. So this is Style by MAC. It is again a frost. It is beautiful since it does have a little bit more gold undertones. It's great for people that have more golden or yellow skin types, very tan, things like that. Alright, so then we have a matte blush called Melba. It's another bestseller of MAC. Everybody loves this. It's a dusty peach color with a little bit of a pink undertone to it. At least that's how I like to describe it. I feel like I never actually describe these things accurately, but this is what Melba is, and I really like to use this one. It's a cult favorite, as I have said, and it is a matte, so this is what Melba looks like. It is flattering on most skin tones. You really can't go wrong when it comes to Melba. Most eye colors, most skin tones, all of those. Then I have one that I can't find on the MAC website. It's quite possible that they've discontinued it. Well, I mean, obviously they've discontinued it. I don't know if they'll be bringing it back anytime soon, but I'm not able to find it. And it's one of my favorite true pink blushes. This is Rosy Outlook. I'm pretty certain it's a sheer tone, maybe a matte. But this is Rosy Outlook, and it is a pink blush that is beautiful on lighter to medium skin tones. On mediums, you're going to have to really build it up, but it's beautiful for a lot of different girls. It is very, very light, which gives you just a beautiful flush of color, and that there is Rosy Outlook. Alright, my last two blushes are more on the nude spectrum of blushes. First one is called Cubic, and it is a satin blush. Cubic is a little bit more on the dusty side of the matte spectrum. That is what Cubic looks like there. It's beautiful for days when you don't want to look like you have anything on really, but you want to add a little bit of color to your face. So this here is Cubic. So the last one is called Tenderling. It is a sheer tone. It is more of the actual nude type of blush with a little bit of dusty pink undertones to it. Once again, great for when you want to be kind of free, neutral, not as much makeup on. This is Tenderling. The last blush that I have is a very, very bright blush that we once again got for Nate's little sister's dance recital, since she had a lot of neon colors going on. So the last one that I have is in this one-sided palette here, and it is called Full Fuchsia. And it looks like this in pan, so you can tell it's pretty insane in person. And Full Fuchsia is a vibrant, vibrant pink. You need a very, very light dusting of Full Fuchsia here for any type of skin tone. I would say for lighter skin tones to steer away or use a very, very light hand when it comes to this blush, but this is Full Fuchsia. Alright, that is all of the blushes that I have from MAC. The last set that I need to show is my Alright, so that's all of my blushes from MAC. The last I'm going to show is my highlighting and contouring kit. With the blushes, same as the eyeshadows, it is definitely something that is best for your skin tone and what makes you feel most comfortable. I always gravitate towards more of the peachy spectrum, maybe with a little bit of pinks here and there. And I also got some colors that made me branch out a bit. So just definitely choose what you like, what kind of finish you like. That's another really important thing. Do you like shimmer? Do you hate shimmer? What makes you happy? There's matte, satin, sheer tone shimmers, and frost. So there's a lot of different colors that you can choose from. Alright, so the last palette I have to show you is my Sculpting and Shaping palette. MAC calls our highlighting and contouring colors shaping and sculpting powders. I always get them mixed up, flip-flopped. So I have all of mine in this single-sided palette here. We're going to start with my two shaping powders, and then we're going to move on to my one blush that I use, as well as the 3 sculpting powders. First we have Accentuate from MAC, and that looks like this. It is a light color that is beautiful with a little bit of shimmer to it for highlighting. It is more on the lighter pearl type of color. It's a little bit of pink undertone to it. So that is Accentuate. This is Light Sweep. It's another great highlighting color to have in your kit for any girls that are a little bit darker in skin toned. So this one is a more beige color with some shimmer underneath it. It is another beautiful color though for your highlighting set. So these two are shaping powders from MAC. Now my last set on this row is a blush. It's a matte called Blunt. It is very dark, which is great to have in your kit for any girls that are darker that need a little bit of contouring to them. This one was recommended to me by a MAC employee. It's also a great crease color. As long as you have a light hand, this will be a beautiful crease color. So I use a very, very light hand with this color, but this here is Blunt. Next I have 3 sculpting powders. This first one is called Taupe, and it is a true taupe powder. This is great for lighter skin toned girls. That is what that one looks like. It's a wonderful sculpting powder. Alright, the next color is called Bone Beige. It's more on the warm toned spectrum. So Bone Beige looks like this. It is lighter, which I like because I don't have too dark of a skin tone and I don't personally like too heavy of a contour. So I personally like to use something like Bone Beige in mine so that it doesn't get too dark on me. And last I have the True MAC Sculpting Powder Sculpt. And this one is a standard sculpting powder that works on pretty much every skin tone. It is a little bit on the mixture. It's just, my whole lighting just changed. I hate filming in natural light when it's cloudy like it is lately because it's monsoon season and I'm in my living room because that's the best place for me to get light now that we've moved. Nate and I have actually moved into our own house, so we're still settling in, getting everything put together, and I'm trying to find the best place that I have for filming. So right now I'm in my living room. I'm sorry for the lighting change. I hope this doesn't affect any of the colorings, and I hope it still helps you out in some way. So I'm sorry if everything just got a little bit cool blue tone since the cloud cover just rolled in, since Vegas is in the middle of monsoon season. The last color that I have to show you though is Sculpt. As I said, just a true perfect sculpting powder for every skin tone. MAC's Cult Sculpt color. That was Cult Sculpt. Cult Sculpt. Oh, where is it? This is another one I like to use since I'm not so dark in skin. This is Sculpt from MAC, a wonderful sculpting powder of theirs. Alright, so there you have it. Those are all of my MAC palettes. When you're choosing these palettes, make sure you have exactly what you want in mind. I don't recommend going into a MAC store or ordering online and not having a clear idea of what you want to spend your money on. Everything just got brighter again. But I don't recommend going into a store and not knowing what you want to buy. It's best to know if you need eyeshadow, if you need blush, if you need highlighting and contouring powders, which remember that those are only sold in the pro stores. So you can only get these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors in pro stores. And then your pan, the actual pan refills, you can get the actual pan refills you can get online or in standalone MAC stores, so not ones that are in other department stores. Now that I've dropped my palette. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to comment down below with any questions that you may have. You can thumbs up this video, like this post, follow my blog, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And follow me on my social media at ehoff with 3 Fs. Thanks so much for watching again, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Bye!